in his head. Oh, and he punches the steering wheel.
What's up everyone, welcome back. We're here at the second last round of Driftmasters in Ferropolis, Iron City as they call it. This track is very tight and technical, really cool views for the fans, some really cool machinery in the background, and it is extremely tight. So this weekend as well is definitely the hottest event of the season. Today is going to be like 35 or 36 degrees Celsius, so super hot outside and even hotter in the car. So I'm excited to try the car on the track. Obviously our first time here with this car. We managed to win here many years ago in the Eurofighter, I think 2019.
Wow.
What do you even say? What do you even say?
What do you say? That is the highest score we have ever seen.
We're here in the S14.9 a few years ago, 22 I think. Qualified third and crashed out in patchy conditions. So it's a challenging track, there's no room for error. You're coming in quite fast, have a big D-cell, and then you're running wall to wall to wall to wall over 3 corners. It's one of those tracks where no matter how fast your car is, everyone's able to get onto your door because the door is wide open when you're on the walls, and yeah, it's a challenging track. So competition level is going to be again extremely high. We're going to go out there now, try to figure things out, see what kind of gear ratio we're looking for, see what works with this car and this track, find a level of grip with these tires and everything else. So today is more of a day to find our feet and just get in control of everything with the car, and hopefully it runs well. But I'm excited for it, still a bit tired because I came back to Ireland for one day from Seattle and then we flew straight to Germany, and yeah, last night was my first real night's sleep since FD. I think after another night's sleep I should be good for the rest of the weekend. But let's jump in the suit, get on for practice, and hopefully everything goes well. Alright, so we're going out for a second practice session. We did 3 laps last time, made 2 gear changes as you can see on the ground, so trying to find the right ratio for the track. Also made a rear anti-roll bar stiffness change. So just playing with the setup, see if we can get it better, and now we're going out for middle session for today. So everything's going well besides that. Car is running nice, we're getting some nice runs on the track. Mustang fits on this tight technical track, so all is good. just wrapped up day one of practice and it was very positive. We made quite a few changes to the car just for this track. On the entry, you're kind of carrying shallow angle to make it down to the first outside zone. Then you add the angle before the first outside zone. And this car on small angle, you don't have much front grip. So we reduced the camber in the front quite a bit, took a couple of degrees of camber out, realigned the front, made some suspension changes and camber changes on the rear to get the tyres wearing nice. Reset the toe, played with the anti-roll bar, and after basically on our last night session of practice, it ran really well. I had a great lead run, really good entry by the wall, and it felt very positive. So feeling good going to sleep on that last run before qualifying day tomorrow, where we have a bit more practice in the morning. Other things that happened today, so hot here, it was like 35, 36 degrees, and the battery was actually overheating. There's a, I think, cut off on the battery, like a safety, because it's a lithium battery, 50 degrees. So it was hotter than that in the car and it was actually shutting the battery off. So we insulated that a bit to protect it from heat, raise it off the floor, and it seems to be working fine. So everything else with the car really good, very positive day. There is so many fans here and it's just Friday. The competition didn't even start. There's people camping throughout the weekend, like having a big party atmosphere vibe. So really cool to see the fans. It's definitely the busiest Driftmasters Germany ever, and hopefully we have a great weekend. So qualifying day here at Driftmasters, important day for us. We got another couple of practice sessions, so make sure we can dial in that line consistently. Try to score high in qualifying, but what's up, buddy? Everything's going well, the car is feeling good, so just about dialing it in, be consistent, be repeatable, find a limit. Hopefully we can do it in qualifying tonight. Pretty wild to drive in the dark last night, like visibility and your references are totally different, and this venue, the lighting on the actual track is really poor. So when you're like doing the second outside zone on the second corner, you're running the wall, but you can't really tell how close you are to it. Very challenging. You need to be on point, and you know that's why practice is important in a venue like this, because you need to almost feel it by instinct without actually being able to see it 100%. And then when you're in the chase position, you're just in this cloud of smoke. You can see absolutely no wall, and you're just hoping that the lead driver is in the right position, because if he's going into the wall, you can't see that the wall is coming. So it's very challenging. It is tight, it's technical, the speed isn't crazy high. It's pretty fast in the entry, you're up to like almost 110 kilometers, so not crazy, but for how small it is, and you're going back down to like 50 kilometers for the first corner, so there's a lot of adjusting going on, and everyone does it in a slightly different way, so it's not going to be easy, but we're going to give it our best. So just in from our last practice session before qualifying, and I actually only just did one. So we're doing battle practice all weekend, so you get a lead and a chase. I was happy with my lead, and you know, people are pushing the limits out there, so you can easily get in a wreck and stuff. So I decided to call it there, save some energy for myself for qualifying as well, and just do our best when we get out there for the qualifying session. So everything's good, the car is feeling great. Definitely made some improvements from what we were working on yesterday and a few extra tweaks today. Now we just have to hope that the track doesn't change too much, going from super hot now to dark, no sun, and cooling down a lot. So let's see what happens, and the only way we'll find out is in qualifying. So fingers crossed.
Guys, doing something right, but hold your horses because we're not done yet. And horses, literally, it is the one and only James Deane machine.
That's not perfect for James Deane seems out of sorts. Yeah. I will say, incredible run. Outside zone.
There we go, a 93 on the board. Still a very, very good score for James Deane, but not top of the qualifying at the moment. And judges saying that it's a mistake coming.
All right, so we just wrapped up qualifying run number 1. Not a great run. I know I could do better. I had better practice runs. Had a couple of corrections, especially going into outside zone 4. I flicked in. I grabbed the handbrake to set myself up, but the car kind of drove out of it, and then I had to use the handbrake again to get it back by the wall and reposition myself. So I think that's the biggest mistake I made out there. Also, with the track temperature changing again, feels like our gearing might be a little bit too short. It's not like a 2JZ where you sit on the limiter all the time. Have to be a bit more careful with this. V8 obviously is very expensive, and they're designed not to be on the rev limiter. So we might make a gear ratio change for the second run, take a chance, see how it works, but I know I can do better out there, and we'll try to pull it off in the full dark run for run number 2. So fingers crossed.
Second qualifying run. He is still in the hunt for the championship. He's
still in it.
All right, so qualifying ended last night. We ended our second run with 0.5 of a point more than our first run. So just missed out on the final 4 showdown. It was close, it was close. It was definitely better than my first run. I thought we did enough, but it wasn't enough to get into the top 4. 5th place in qualifying. Now we got game day. It's all about tandem. We've added a lot of grip to the Mustang. We have some tough battles ahead. Yeah, let's practice it now. We got an hour and a half for practice, see how the grip is. It's after cooling down a lot today as well, so I feel like the track itself will have more grip naturally, and we're just going to have to send it, try our best, and hopefully we have a good result. So just wrapped up our final practice and we added quite a lot of grip to the car. Obviously it's a tight and technical track and everybody else is doing the same too. So adding speed to the car because we have Max Heidrich in top 32. If we win that, we'll either have Connor Falvey or Kevin Pazur. So it's going to be, no matter what, if we get to top 16, a tough, fast battle. Kevin is one of the fastest guys launching from the start line. So we're trying to prepare for that if it's going to be him. And if not, I know that we have a fast car for in the chase off the line once I get my timing right. So it's a challenging track. Definitely need to take some chances to pull off a perfect tandem. We didn't get the perfect chase in practice, but I know I can do it. Hopefully it all comes together. So now we got a little break, so I'm just chilling out. Top 32 starts in 20 minutes and Max Heidrich up first. Hopefully we can advance through and we'll see you again soon.
Well, here's the story. It's going to be James Deane to take on the local hero, Max Heidrich. Max Heidrich sits on the line, a wildcard driver this weekend, making his way back to Driftmasters. James Deane in the fight for the championship, currently sitting third in the points. Championship contentions on the line right now, and Max Heidrich would have battled James Deane many, many times.
Yeah, battle for the ages. Local legend versus worldwide legend. Great.
Check the alternator belt. Chris, run down. Alternator belt. Just run down, make sure it's not in the ground. Is anyone close to the car? I got less than a minute. Chris, do you have a radio?
James Deane, though, just, solid as we see some hands.
No.
Where are these hands going?
Oh, it looks like we've lost a belt.
No way!
James Deane looks visibly aggravated inside the car, shaking his head. Oh, and he punches the steering wheel. James Deane starts to take off the hands device. And he goes to start the car, and the car won't start, Jacob. This could be top 32 out, and I apologise on behalf of everyone here at Red Bull TV for the language you're hearing from James Deane, but you can understandably see the upset from James Deane.
This is the toughest part.
I'm just waiting to hear it over my headset if he's confirmed out. I mean, he's undone his helmet and his harnesses are coming off. We're just waiting to find out, is he out of competition? And he shakes his head, and a man that has always got a smile on his face looks absolutely disheartened right now.
He's trying to find that smile. It's tough. I mean, nobody wants to go out over mechanical, especially over something like a belt. Don't know if it was a serpentine belt or hopefully it wasn't dry sump and there was no engine damage.
Well, Max Heidrich did what he had to do, and that was leave the start line.
Wow.
And Max Heidrich jumps out of the car, and he's going to go straight back to James Deane.
Alternator belt came off.
Oh, no. Oh, man. But thank you for the good lead, man. It was awesome.
Oh,
how you do?
It's okay.
Official, ladies and gentlemen.
Alternator belt.
Oh, there you go. They look like an auxiliary belt. It slides right. It's going to be the German driver. Max Heidrich gets the win.
So I've managed to take a walk up from the track, actually, and catch up with James Deane in his pit area. James, it was all looking so strong until an issue on the line, and I can see with what looks like a belt in your hand. Can you tell us what happened there?
So unlucky. We did a great lead run with Max, and I was excited for this battle, hometown hero, and really happy what we were doing in the lead run. And as I crossed the finish line, I noticed that my battery voltage was low, so I called my team to run down because I wanted to make sure. I had a feeling it was the fan belt, even though it never happened on this car before. But I got my team to run down to make sure that this didn't get tangled and knock off the dry sump belt. So it was very frustrating, nothing we could do, and just a bit of bad luck. But we felt strong in practice. The car has been killing it. The team were doing really well, supporting me. The only issue we had this weekend, and it just happened at the worst time.
I mean, looking at this issue though, in a way it's kind of good that it happened where it did, because say this would happen maybe mid-run, it could have been way worse.
Yeah, so this car runs a lithium battery, and when they get to a certain low voltage, they completely turn off, and that's what actually happened while I was waiting, getting the guys to check. The power totally died in the car, and when the power dies, if that happens with speed, you lose your power steering, and if we lost power steering, we were having a massive collision. So at least we can have this car fixed in 2 minutes, which is so frustrating, but it is what it is. It's motorsport. You have to take it on the chin, and we'll be back for Poland, you know? What can we do?
Absolutely, James. It do be one of those weekends. Well, we're looking forward to having you back with us for round.
So unfortunately, that's us out after top 32. We were feeling really strong and confident going into our top 32 battle with Max, and did a great lead run. As I crossed the finish line, heading back to get ready for our chase, alternator belt got shredded, took itself off. So I was happy to go for the second run once nothing was badly damaged. I was just trying to go, and the car shut down, and the battery basically went into fail-safe mode. When the voltage got so low, it just cuts itself off. So there's nothing we could do. We couldn't restart the car. Obviously, Driftmasters has a 2-minute timer. As soon as you finish your run, you have 2 minutes to get back or do something to the car before going again. So very unfortunate, but this is motorsport, this is drifting. The car ran flawlessly all weekend. You know, we were getting ready for a battle with either Connor Falvey or Kevin Pazur. Kevin was one of the fastest guys from the start line. We managed to chase him very well in practice with adding some more grip to the car. So I felt like we had a car that could go very far in the competition tonight, but unfortunately fate had other plans. It's just motorsport. Here's some of the shreds of the belt. I'm disappointed. It's nobody's fault. The belt and everything was tight before we went out. It was in good condition. It just decided I had enough, and that is the joys of it. But yeah, I guess now we're prepping the car, going through it because we're out so early. We're still here for a few hours tonight, so we're servicing the car, changing the oil, checking over everything. So the car is going to be ready to come out of the trailer in Poland and ready to go as hard as we possibly can. I'm excited for that event. 50,000 fans coming to the finals in Poland. I got some friends coming from America, family coming, a lot of exciting things happening. So this is just one bad day in the office. We'll reset, go back home, have some fun things to do there. So make sure you check out next week's video. Yeah, it'd be good to be back in the workshop before we go back to Formula Drift for Utah. So thank you for all your support, and we'll see you next time.